A lark sang its clear song to welcome the dawn. A herd of spotted deer drank the dew from new leaves. A playful white rabbit hopped across the grassy carpet. Worker bees began to fly out, searching for early nectar. An old fox snuck back to its den after a night of hunting. A nimble brown squirrel scurried between branches for ripe pinecones. A massive striped tiger stretched after a long, deep sleep. Little monkeys swung on the sturdy, hanging jungle vines. A colorful parrot squawked loudly, waking the entire forest. A green snake slithered silently along a dry, rotten branch. A large black bear let out a huge yawn inside its cave. The golden deer herd started walking down to the stream. A vibrant butterfly spread its thin wings on a flower. A diligent woodpecker tapped its beak against an oak tree. A patient spider spun its delicate, silky web, waiting for prey. A wild boar used its snout to dig for tasty roots. A mighty eagle spread its wings, soaring in the high sky. A slow turtle crawled from its shell to sunbathe. A school of carp swam freely in the cool water. Gray langurs moved through branches, seeking tender young leaves. A leopard stalked its prey from beneath a dense bush. The elephant slowly broke off tender branches to eat. A grumpy rhinoceros knocked over a small tree by the path. The wolf pack began its hunt, following the scent of prey. A brown starling chirped merrily on the roof of a hut. An old crocodile lay still as a log by the swamp. A green frog plopped into the water at a passing shadow. A tiny damselfly landed gently on a blade of tall grass. Worker ants diligently carried their food back to the colony. Zebras grazed on the vast, lush green plains. A majestic male lion lay guarding his territory. A tiny hummingbird skillfully drank nectar from a flower. A giant python coiled up tightly, sleeping soundly on a rock. The antelope herd listened cautiously for any strange sounds. A skunk dug a new burrow under the roots of an old tree. A male peacock fanned his brilliant tail for a potential mate. A giraffe stretched its long neck to eat the highest leaves. A civet furtively searched for ripe coffee cherries to eat. Mountain goats skillfully climbed up the treacherous steep cliffs. A kingfisher dove swiftly into the water to catch a fish. The termites built their tall, sturdy mound of earth. A massive hippo submerged itself in mud to escape the heat. A flock of black gibbons howled, their calls echoing through the forest. A lizard continuously changed its color to blend in and hide. A small horseshoe crab crawled slowly on the soft, fine sand. An African ostrich ran very fast on its long legs. A flock of swallows swooped through the air, catching small insects. A porcupine bristled its sharp quills for self-defense. A camel walked calmly across the sun-drenched desert. A seal lay stretched out, sunbathing on a large rock. A panda sat down to eat tender young bamboo shoots. A kangaroo used its strong legs to take long leaps. A wild dingo wandered about, searching for leftover scraps. An intelligent dolphin leaped joyfully out of the water. A sea otter floated on its back, cracking a shell with a rock. A pelican used its large throat pouch to scoop up fish. A crab walked sideways on the beach, looking for small creatures. Jellyfish drifted along with the warm ocean currents. A starfish held tightly to the beautiful coral reef. A giant blue whale spouted a tall column of water. A walrus rested after a tiring and difficult hunt. A penguin waddled toward the edge of the cold water. A snow leopard hid in the white snow to hunt its prey. Reindeer migrated in a large herd across the snowy land. A polar bear hunted for seals on the vast ice sheet. Wild geese flew in a V formation across the wide open sky. A bison stood grazing on fresh grass in the green field. A herd of water buffalo soaked together in a large mud puddle. A small muntjac deer bolted into the deep, dark forest. A chameleon changed its colors, perfectly matching the leaves. A cricket chirped loudly from inside a patch of dry grass. A praying mantis raised its sharp claws, waiting for its prey. A lovely ladybug crawled upon a green leaf. A cicada buzzed relentlessly throughout the hot summer afternoon. An owl dozed off inside the hollow of an old tree. A flock of white egrets preened their feathers in a rice field. A small deer drank from a cool, crystal-clear stream. A courageous honey badger confronted a venomous snake. A masked palm civet moved from one tree branch to another. A herd of wild horses galloped across the windy plains. The elephant family gathered together under the cool shade. A lioness taught her young cubs how to hunt for food. A pangolin curled its body into a tight, scaly ball. Baboons sat closely together, grooming each other's fur. Hyenas laughed eerily, waiting for the lions to finish eating. A school of fierce piranhas attacked much larger prey. An electric eel discharged a powerful shock for defense. An octopus changed its shape, hiding on the ocean floor. A flamingo stood on one leg in the shallow lake water. Vultures circled high above, waiting for an animal to die. A wallaby hopped quickly through the low, dense bushes. A koala bear hugged a eucalyptus tree, sleeping peacefully. A platypus swam in the water, searching for its food. A gharial lay motionless, waiting for prey to come closer. A gray heron stood perfectly still, stalking small fish. The pack of wolves howled, calling the others to the hunt. An Asiatic golden cat climbed swiftly up the tree trunk. A tapir sniffed the ground with its long, flexible snout. The Tasmanian tiger, now extinct, once hunted in the dark. An orangutan used its long arms to swing slowly and surely. The little sparrows flew back to their nests, chirping loudly. The herd of bison grazed lazily on the last grass of the day. A wildcat walked silently through the deepening twilight. The deer became more alert as the darkness approached. A flock of black crows cawed loudly before flying away. The setting sun made the fox's fur glow a fiery red. Bats began to fly out of the cave to hunt for insects. An owl opened its large eyes, shining brightly in the dark. The last ground squirrel finally scurried into its tiny burrow. The monkeys stopped playing, finding a high place to sleep. A tired water buffalo lay down, chewing its cud. A hedgehog slowly searched for fruit that fell during the day. A cobra slithered into a rock crevice to rest for the night. A line of white egrets flew across the red sunset sky. A dung beetle diligently rolled its spherical prize homeward. A bullfrog croaked rhythmically beside the quiet, still pond. The crocodile slowly sank into the dark, murky water. A tiny firefly blinked its light in the growing darkness. A gray wolf began to howl under the new crescent moon. A majestic lion let out a roar, echoing through the mountains.